Okay, so thinking about filing for bankruptcy, I mean, it can feel like you're kind of just stepping into this maze blindfolded, right? Debt piling up, creditors are always calling you, and then there's this nagging fear of losing everything that you've worked for. I
Yeah.
mean, it's enough to make anyone's head spin.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenging situation for sure. And, the emotional toll can be just as heavy as that financial burden.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But let's face it, though, ignoring the problem isn't going to make it go away, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to make a tough decision just to get back on track. And, that's where things get really interesting. We've got some information here from Peter Francis, Geraci, the bankruptcy law firm. They got a pretty impressive track record, over 50,000 five-star reviews. They've been in business for like over 40 years. A team of attorneys with over 600 years of combined
Oh,
experience.
yeah.
And get this, they've counseled over 900,000 people.
Those are some really staggering numbers, for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely suggests they know what they're doing. They've got a deep understanding of this field. Right. And their motto is, nice people doing nice things for nice people.
Yeah.
It sounds all warm and fuzzy, but what does it actually mean, when it comes to the cold, hard reality of bankruptcy?
Well, one thing that stands out to me is just their emphasis on, accessibility. They offer a free hour-long consultation with no pressure or obligation. It's an opportunity for people to just, sit down with an experienced attorney and just get their questions answered and just explore their options without feeling pressured to make a decision right away.
That's a pretty big deal,
Yeah.
especially when you're already feeling overwhelmed. I mean, it levels the playing field and gives people the information they need to make those informed choices.
Exactly. Knowledge is power, especially in a situation like this. And, one of the first things people want to know is what happens to their credit score after bankruptcy.
Right.
It's this big, scary unknown that keeps a lot of folks from even considering it as an option.
It's like this looming shadow, right?
Yeah.
It's there, but you're terrified to even look at it
Right.
directly.
Well, what's fascinating here is that Geraci Law actually suggests that filing for bankruptcy can sometimes improve your credit score. Think about it. When you're drowning in debt, your debt-to-income ratio is just out of whack. Bankruptcy can provide that clean slate, bringing that ratio back into balance and just making you a more attractive borrower down the line.
So it's not necessarily the financial kiss of death that people, think it is?
Not at all. In fact, Geraci Law mentions that some clients even qualify for mortgages sooner than they thought possible after filing for bankruptcy.
Okay, that's a bit of a game changer. But let's be honest here. The question that keeps most people up at night is, what do I actually lose if I file for bankruptcy? The house, the new car, retirement savings,
Yeah.
the things that represent, years of hard work and
It's
sacrifice.
the ultimate fear, isn't it? Losing everything you've built.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Geraci Law has a pretty bold statement on this. With the right lawyer, you typically won't lose anything of value. Now, that's a reassuring thought, but is it realistic?
It really depends on your individual circumstances and which chapter of bankruptcy you file under. There's Chapter 7, which involves liquidating assets to pay off debts, and then Chapter 13, which focuses on restructuring debt into a manageable repayment plan.
Okay, so two very different paths, and I imagine choosing the right one is critical.
Absolutely. That's where the expertise of a seasoned bankruptcy attorney comes in. Geraci Law emphasizes that they carefully assess each client's situation to determine which chapter best suits their needs and helps them, preserve their assets.
So it's not like a one-size-fits-all approach.
Not at all. Each case is unique, and cookie-cutter solutions can lead to costly mistakes.
I can see how having an inexperienced lawyer could be a recipe for disaster, especially when it comes to something as complex as Chapter 7.
Precisely, Geraci Law points out that inexperienced attorneys might miss crucial opportunities to protect assets through exemptions, which can lead to unnecessary losses.
Exemptions, could you unpack that a little bit more?
Sure. Exemptions are basically legal provisions that allow you to shield certain assets from being liquidated in bankruptcy. These could include things like your home, your car retirement funds, even personal belongings up to a certain value.
Oh, so it's like a safety net built into the system.
Exactly. But navigating these exemptions effectively requires a deep understanding of the law, which is where a seasoned attorney, like those at Geraci Law, can make a huge difference.
So they're like expert navigators, guiding you through this legal labyrinth and making sure you don't stumble into any pitfalls.
That's a great way to put it. They know the ins and outs of the system. the potential traps to avoid, and the strategies that can help you maximize your chances of a successful outcome.
I'm starting to see why experience matters so much in this field. It's not just about knowing the law, it's about knowing how to use it effectively to protect your interest.
Exactly. It's about strategy, foresight, and attention to detail.
So you're saying choosing the wrong lawyer is like setting sail on a stormy sea without a compass.
That's a powerful analogy. You might end up lost and shipwrecked, losing far more than you ever anticipated.
And Geraci Law see themselves as the experienced captains guiding their clients through the storm and bringing them safely to shore.
That's a great way to visualize it. They've weathered countless bankruptcy storms over the years and know how to navigate those treacherous waters.
But let's be real here. They can't offer guarantees, right?
Yeah.
No matter how experienced they are, there's always variables they can't control.
That's true. No outcome is ever guaranteed in the legal world. But what Geraci Law does is minimize the risk for their clients. They prepare them for every possibility, explore all available options, and advocate fiercely on their behalf.
So it's about having someone in your corner who knows the ropes and can help you make those informed decisions even when the going gets tough.
That's the essence of their approach. They're not just legal representatives, they're partners in their client's journey towards financial recovery.
And that partnership can make all the difference in the world, especially when you're facing something as daunting as bankruptcy.
Absolutely. It's about feeling supported, understood, and empowered to make the best choices for your future.
Okay, so we've talked about the importance of experience, the potential impact on your credit score, and that crucial role of exemptions in protecting your assets. But what about Chapter 13? Are there potential pitfalls there if you don't have the right lawyer by your side?
Oh, absolutely. One of the biggest risks with Chapter 13 is ending up with a repayment plan that's way higher than it needs to be. This can happen if your lawyer just isn't that skilled in negotiating with creditors and, structuring a plan that actually minimizes your payments while still meeting like all those legal requirements.
So you could end up paying more than you actually have to stretching out your financial recovery even longer.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's a real concern, and it really underscores the importance of having an experienced attorney who knows how to leverage the law to your advantage.
Geraci Law highlights this in their discussions, emphasizing that they, meticulously craft Chapter 13 repayment plans to ensure their clients are paying the least amount possible while adhering to all legal guidelines.
So it sounds like they're really committed to finding that sweet spot, plan that's both legally sound and financially feasible for their client.
Precisely. They understand that the goal is not just to, get through bankruptcy, but to emerge from it stronger and more financially secure.
Speaking of financial security, we've touched on asset protection, but I'd love to dig a little deeper. What kinds of things are typically safe in bankruptcy? You mentioned exemptions earlier, but I imagine it can get pretty complex.
Yeah, it can vary depending on the state you live in, as each state has its own set of exemptions. But generally speaking, things like your home, your pension, even your car can be protected.
Even your car, that's a relief to hear, but I imagine there are some caveats, right? Of course. Usually you need to stay current on your car payments to maintain that protection. It's also important to note that the amount of equity you have in your car can affect its exempt status. Geraci Law emphasizes that they carefully analyze each client's assets to determine, which exemptions apply and how to best utilize them to protect their property.
So it's not as simple as saying, okay, you get to keep your car no matter what. There are nuances and complexities that require a keen legal eye.
Absolutely. And that's where experience really shines. An experienced bankruptcy lawyer knows the intricacies of these exemptions and can help you navigate the system effectively.
There's this analogy in one of Geraci Law's publications that really stuck with me. They compare choosing the wrong lawyer to buying a used car at like a sky-high interest rate. It might seem like a deal up front, but in the long run, it ends up costing you way more.
Yeah, it's a brilliant analogy, and they actually back it up with some pretty compelling statistics. For instance, in Rochford, Illinois, they found that clients who opted for cheaper, less experienced lawyers ended up losing almost $1 million in assets collectively in just 1 year. Meanwhile, Geraci Law's clients in the same area lost almost nothing.
$1 million.
Yeah.
That's a staggering difference. It really drives home the point that cutting corners on legal representation can have serious financial consequences.
Yeah, it's a stark reminder that you often get what you pay for. In bankruptcy, where the stakes are so high, investing in experienced counsel can literally save you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
So it's not just about finding the cheapest lawyer, it's about finding the lawyer who can best protect your interests and guide you towards the most favorable outcome.
Precisely. It's about making a strategic investment in your financial future.
So let's shift gears a bit and talk about Geraci Law's overall approach to bankruptcy. What sets them apart from other firms?
Well, several things stand out. First and foremost, their commitment to transparency. They really believe in educating their clients, explaining the process in clear, understandable terms, and setting realistic expectations.
So no legal jargon or smoke and mirrors, just straightforward, honest communication.
Exactly. They believe that informed clients are empowered clients better equipped to make sound decisions and navigate the process with confidence.
That makes sense. But knowledge alone isn't enough, right? You need experience to back it up.
Absolutely. And that's another key differentiator for Geraci Law. They have over 40 years of experience in bankruptcy law, and their team of attorneys has a combined experience of over 600 years. That's a wealth of knowledge and expertise that's hard to match.
It's like having a seasoned guy leading you through uncharted territory.
Yeah.
You've seen it all, they know the pitfalls to avoid, and they have the skills and resources to navigate even the most complex situations.
That's a great way to put it. They've successfully guided countless clients through bankruptcy, helping them protect their assets, rebuild their credit, and regain control of their financial lives.
It sounds like they're not just processing paperwork. They're genuinely invested in their clients' well-being and committed to helping them achieve the best possible outcome.
That's at the heart of their philosophy. They see themselves as advocates for their clients, fighting for their rights, and guiding them towards a brighter financial future.
It's inspiring to see a law firm that genuinely cares about its clients and goes the extra mile to ensure their success.
Absolutely. It's a testament to their values and their dedication to making a positive impact on the lives of those they serve.
It all comes back to their motto, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Nice people doing nice things for nice people. It's not just a catchy phrase. It's a reflection of their core beliefs and how they approach their work.
Exactly. It's about treating people with respect, understanding their unique circumstances, and working tirelessly to find solutions that meet their needs.
It's about being more than just lawyers. It's about being counselors, advisors, and partners in their clients' journey towards financial freedom.
Well said. They're not just navigating the legal complexities of bankruptcy. They're navigating the human complexities of financial hardship with empathy and compassion.
And that makes all the difference. When you're facing something as stressful as bankruptcy, it's crucial to have someone on your side who understands what you're going through and who genuinely wants to help you succeed.
Absolutely. That sense of support and guidance can be invaluable during a time of such uncertainty and vulnerability.
So if you're out there struggling with debt, feeling overwhelmed and unsure of where to turn, remember that you're not alone. There are resources available like Geraci Law that can help you explore your options and find a path toward financial stability.
Don't let fear or shame hold you back from seeking the help you deserve. Taking that first step toward addressing your financial challenges can be empowering and liberating.
It's about taking control of your situation, finding a way forward, and ultimately creating a brighter financial future for yourself and your loved ones.
It's about remembering that there's hope even in the face of seemingly insurmountable financial obstacles.
And with the right support, you can find a way to brighter and more secure days.
Yeah.
And remember, seeking professional guidance from experts like those at Geraci Law can provide you with the knowledge, the tools, and the support you need to navigate these challenging times.
For sure. They can help you understand your options, create a plan that works for your unique circumstances, and ultimately empower you to regain control of your, financial well-being.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed by debt, don't hesitate to reach out for support. Remember, there's hope and there's help, and there's a brighter future waiting for you on the other side of these challenges.
Absolutely. It's about, believing in yourself, believing in that possibility of a fresh start, and taking those first steps towards a more secure and fulfilling financial future.
It's about taking that leap of faith, knowing that you don't have to face this alone. There are people out there who understand what you're going through and who are dedicated to helping you find a way out.
Right. It's about reclaiming your power, taking control of your finances, and building a future where you can breathe a little easier, knowing that you've overcome these obstacles.
And you know what? One of the things that really impressed me about Geraci Law is that they offer a free consultation.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. You can actually sit down with one of their experienced attorneys, get personalized advice, and explore your options without any cost or obligation.
It's a fantastic opportunity to get some clarity on your situation, ask any questions you might have, and, see if bankruptcy is the right path for you.
Exactly. It's like a no-risk way to just, dip your toes into the water and get a sense of what's possible.
And even if you decide that bankruptcy isn't the right fit for you, That initial consultation can still provide valuable insights and guidance on how to manage your debt and move forward.
So it's really a win-win situation. You have nothing to lose and potentially a whole lot to gain.
For sure. It's about empowering yourself with knowledge, taking control of your financial destiny, and creating a brighter future for yourself and your loved ones.
And as we wrap up our conversation today, let's leave you with this final thought. Imagine the peace of mind that comes from knowing your finances are in capable hands. Imagine the relief of shedding that burden of debt and, stepping into a future filled with possibilities.
Yeah, imagine that freedom that comes from taking control of your finances and building a solid foundation for a more secure and fulfilling life.
It's within your reach. It's possible. And it all starts with taking that first step.
And remember, this podcast is intended for informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal advice. Attorney advertising. Past results do not guarantee similar outcomes. Listening to this podcast does not create an attorney-client relationship with Geraci Law or any of its attorneys.
The information discussed is general in nature and may not apply to your specific legal situation. For personalized advice regarding your financial circumstances or potential bankruptcy options, we encourage you to consult directly with a qualified attorney.
Geraci Law provides free consultations to help you make those informed decisions. Contact them today to learn more.